Hi there, this is a cry for help, please. I'm requesting conspiracy cats, can you please?
When you scroll, you see when,
including the issue of
Welcome. Then it was time for 3 more answers to Dave's 10 questions.
It is becoming clear that Nathan thinks he is Mr. Flat Earth. The questions he thinks are addressed to him and his comrades. He has apparently totally missed that the video is rather aimed at Mr. 15-degree rotation per hour. Bob Nodell Dodel and his friends.
It is also clear that he is trying to hide the fact that he cannot answer the questions by using a lot of words that do not answer any of the questions.
It is also interesting that he constantly claims that they have no model for a flat Earth, nor a map. See if they do better this time.
This time we take 3 questions without commenting in between.
He is stating that a small sun above the flat Earth would simply recede high in the sky and get smaller and smaller until it fades. So clearly here is also perspective. So he thinks that the sun would stay at the same spot in the sky, just get smaller.
Number 6. The most hilarious thing about Flat Earth is that the most mundane everyday observations make absolutely no sense in your model. Like a sunset. A small sun above a flat Earth would simply recede high in the sky and get smaller and smaller until it fades away. It absolutely would not retain the same angular size and set below the horizon. It stays the same size because it's unbelievably far away, and it sets below the horizon because the Earth is a sphere that is turning.
Based on his assumptions that he has used when... I keep forgetting that fallacy. When he uses his stereotyping fallacy that suggests a particular size and distance to a sun on a model he's held up in false dichotomy. It's a bit of a mouthful. He says that the sun should do something based on its physicality and distance that we don't know and don't claim here. So we make no claims about the distance to the sun, its size, and what it should or shouldn't do because we don't know what it is. However, he does make a claim, 93 million miles based on an R value that would give him a physical geometric horizon for his boats to go over, and that's been debunked. They don't have a physical geometric R value at 3959 miles anymore. Apparently it's refracted and non-geometric. So what are you going to base this distance to the sun on? For your model and your assertion, because we aren't making any claims about the sun. It's a very wondrous thing we say here. We don't claim it's some little dot that's going over a model. Even though you've decided to hold that up as a straw man that we don't claim. Moving on, number 7.
Yes, so number 7, it says, say anything about a lunar eclipse. So he's explaining how the lunar eclipse works, and he's showing a drawing. And that somehow is proof that what their claim is actually.
About a lunar eclipse. The things you say about solar eclipses are stupid enough, but at least you say something. A lunar eclipse happens when the Earth gets between the sun and the moon. That's right, in between. These two objects are not perpetually above a flat plane, and you know it, which is why you're totally silent on lunar eclipses.
So what? Say something about the lunar eclipse. Doesn't it go red?
Yep.
It goes red. There you go. I've said something about the lunar eclipse. I make no claims about it. I've witnessed one and filmed it. It got very, very cold when it went to totality. Set up a camera. Oh, we've got this reification strawman stereotyping fallacy on screen again. What a shock. Send a camera up to the sun or moon.
Number 8. Speaking of the sun and moon being small and close to the Earth, what is stopping you from strapping a camera to a weather balloon and sending it up there? Go get up close and personal with either of these objects and take some pictures. If you get crafty with some robotics, which is a stretch given your complete lack of education, you could even scoop up a little sample. Maybe the moon is made of cheese after all.
It's based on his assumption that we're using this model. We're not.
What's even funny about this, he said that we should send up a balloon and with some clever robotics, we could even
Send up a camera to the sun or moon. Okay. For what? Assuming it's a physical place we could get to. So what's that going to prove exactly?
What would it prove? How stupid can you get? Obviously, there are no limits to it. Now we have gone through 8 of 10 of Dave's questions. You haven't been able to answer any.
You have no model, you have no map. You don't know how the sun or the moon works. But despite that, you try to fool people that the earth is flat.
You spend a lot of time on your black swan pictures and state that they prove that the earth is flat. But can't explain basic things like how the sun and moon works.
On Monday comes the last part where we look at the last 2 questions and how these geniuses answer them.
Thanks for watching.
Mm.